Alright, and then we'll go up here and work on her little curls in her hair. So I'm going to put a little dab of E50 on those. Alright, then we're going to add some E51. And so I want to add this where I'm going to start darkening it up. So I want these little curly cues, like this one swirls underneath. So I'm going to want it to be darker underneath there. And this one it'll be dark when it comes out. And again, where it pulls over the top and it makes a little loop, you want that to be darker in there. You can see like this is the underside, so I'm going to make that darker. But it's going to be dark right here where it starts to pull underneath. Alright, and then I'm going to add E53. And then E55. And then you're just going to go backwards and go E53. And I'm just going to dab it a little bit on top of the 55 I just laid down. Just give it a little tap. Soften my little line there a little bit. E51. And then we'll finish it up with E50. And I go over the whole curl with the E50. Now let's go work on our pants. And for her pants, I'm going to start with B97. So I want to put B97 where I want it to be the darkest. So I want it to be darkest right along where her pants go together. And these leaves are going to cast a little bit of shadow, so I'm going to put a little bit in there. And then I'm going to go to B95. And I'm going to just tap on top of my B97 and just kind of flick it out just a little bit. And then we're going to use B93. Again, I'm just flicking it just very little bit over the top of the 95. And then I'm going to finish this leg up with B91. Okay, next we're going to work on her shirt, and for this I'm going to use our Colorless Blender and YG93. And so first I'm going to take my Colorless Blender and I'm going to just color her whole shirt. Well, I'm going to work on her little cap sleeve first. So let's just color the cap sleeve and get it wet with our Colorless Blender. And then I'm going to take my YG93 and I'm going to pick a little bit of that up on the end of my Colorless Blender by tapping it on there. And then I'm just going to use that color to add a little bit of color to her shirt. look at the other side. And we're going to get it wet down here on the sleeve. Okay, so see how it kind of gave it like a little tie-dyed look? That's what I was kind of going for, but I'm going to go in and add a little bit of shadows with just my YG93. So I'm going to get a little bit of shadow up here where her sleeve would touch, on the crease of her sleeves. Put a little bit along here. Shadow where her arms, shadowing her shirt. And then again, I'll just grab my colorless blender and soften that by grabbing a little bit of ink off the end of my pen with my colorless blender. So I'm just going to dab it right on there and wipe it right over some of these little lines. And soften that up just a little bit. That looks pretty good. And then just when I'm done, if my colorless blender still had ink on it, I'm just going to take it over here on the side of my paper and wipe it off. I've used all mine, but you could just wipe it off and then it's good as new. But doesn't her shirt look pretty? It's got like some tie-dyed effect on there.